Chapter 11, and to all a good night. As the three students exited the store, they walked through the now quiet street of Diagon Alley. Diagon Alley on Christmas Eve. There's a sense of, well, what's the word? Thomas tried to think of the right word. Elizabeth slid right up to him. Magical? I mean, the candlelights on in the store windows, the tree at the end of the alley, the wreaths on the street lamps, and even the songs playing from the record machines. There was indeed a sense of calmness around. After all they had been through, the students were just taking in the entire Christmas atmosphere. However, the delight was soon interrupted. From a chimney stack atop of Borgin and Burke's, a cloud of black smoke started to emerge. It made a sharp and piercing sound. The three students slowly turned around and saw the cloud growing larger and closer. The front of the cloud then started to form some kind of face. "All right, I'll bite. Anybody want to take a guess on what that is?" Dawn asked in a frightened way. The sky began to darken, and the winds began to swarm around the trio. The cloud stopped for a split second and then charged at the students. "Let's get out of here!" Elizabeth shouted. Thomas and Dawn followed Elizabeth in the opposite direction. The cloud came closer and closer and then came over them. It pushed them down to the ground and covered the students. When it was over them, they could hear a whisper of someone saying they will return. It then lifted and flew away. Thomas, Dawn, and Elizabeth staggered to their feet and all tried to comprehend what just happened. "What was that?" Thomas asked. "Well, this is just a guess, but what if that was the spirit? The spirit. You know, Voldemort's?" Dawn wondered. "Nobody say a word," Elizabeth said. None of them were sure what had happened, but the boys decided to agree with Elizabeth and not say a word about it. They knew the gravestone was safe, Draco seemed to be reformed, and Christmas was safe. They continued through Diagon Alley to the brick wall entrance back to the Leaky Cauldron. Entering the tavern proper, they saw Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Ginny sitting at a table drinking some butterbeer. "Harry, seemed like you were able to leave your fans." "You could say that, Thomas. I trust that you guys got everything sorted out." Thomas nodded, and the others agreed. "Well, what are we waiting for? We've got a Christmas dinner to celebrate," Ginny said. The Potters and the Weasley Grangers took Thomas, Dawn, and Elizabeth to the Potters' house to celebrate Christmas. As they exited the Leaky Cauldron, Harry revealed a group of broomsticks that would serve as their transportation. They all climbed on and flew through the sky that was just starting to fill with snow. Harry's group flew a little further ahead, and then the others fell back a little. "Thomas, Elizabeth, given everything that has just happened, let me tell you this. We are never spending Christmas with Harry ever again." As they continued to fly through the sky, they soon landed at the Potters' house. They all went inside and found their presents there under the tree and the entire house decorated for Christmas. As they were about to sit down to dinner, a knock came at the door. Harry went to answer the door. He opened it to find Draco Malfoy standing on the opposite side. They both stared at each other and soon smiled at each other. Harry stuck his hand out, and Draco shook it. As he did this, the dark mark disappeared from his wrist completely. Harry welcomed him in, and Draco soon sat down at the table. He looked over at the current students and winked at them. He assured them that the gravestone would be safe and it would have extra spell security personally by him. Even though this wasn't entirely how things were supposed to unfold for them, the new trio were happy to be right where they were. "Merry Christmas to all," said Harry, looking up at Ron, Hermione, Ginny, and Draco. "And to all, a good night," said Thomas, looking off at Dawn and Elizabeth.